Alright, give me a second. I gotta set everything up here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on mute.
So do you want me to also record?
You can. You don't have to broadcast it, but if you want to record, that way if we catch some incidents, like if I don't see it, we might get you seeing it.
That's my thoughts too. Because for after then... Because, wait, is it raining right now? Oh, no, it's not. It looks overcast, so we might be getting some rain today. We'll see. Oh yeah, it is raining. Or it is raining. Let's go.
Alright, you ready for me to start here? Let me load the track map.
Yeah, you should probably introduce me though, so.
Yeah, no, I will. I'm gonna do the whole intro here, so.
Yeah, okay. Good luck.
Yeah, no problem. Let's see. I'm just trying to find who's in front.
I believe it's Hayden at the moment.
Granny Boy is currently leading the pack. Alright.
Okay. Oh yeah, right.
Do I want that? Ready? And... Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome in to round 3 of the Savior 6 Racing League. Today, we are at the Vietnam Grand Prix. And in a change from our normal standards, today we are trialing full qualifying. So instead of us having a 30-minute practice session leading into an 18-minute short qualifying session, we will have 3 separate sessions with the people being eliminated in each separate session. Qualifying 1, we will have 5 people eliminated. Qualifying 2, we will have another 5, and the top 10 who make it advance from qualifying 2 to qualifying 3 will start the race on the tires that they set their fastest lap on, unless they are on inters or wets and it is not raining for the race. The weather forecast from our in-race reporter Revis is slight rain, so we're going to see some people here trying to go on soft tire runs. We're riding on board with Granny Boy at the moment for his first hot lap, trying to get out quick and set a solid time here, and being able to advance into Q2. They might only have one chance at a run here, so you really don't want to be DSQing. And Granny Boy opening for the first DRS. And also today, we will have a guest commentator. Mooks will actually be joining us. Hey, Mooks, how you doing?
Good day, sir. Good day, T. How you doing?
Hey, we're not doing bad. We got a little bit of rain, so it should be a fun qualifying session. A little bit tricky circuit already. The rain's only going to add another factor here.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. You can see we've already got a first sector yellow flag, so that could be an indication of this race so far.
Oh yeah, it looks like a Williams may have spun out going through T1.
Yeah. Yeah, but on board with Granny Boy right now. He looks pretty quick. Definitely looks a little jittery through there on the rain, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely going to be a tough lap here to do. You just want to make sure you get a lap on the board, though. Because if you don't get one here, even with the speed Granny Boy has, winning the first 2 races, if he doesn't get a good lap in here and 15 other people are able to put a lap on the board, he may not even be able to beat it even if he can. There's range just going to be increasing here throughout qualifying. So their best chance here is right at the beginning to set a lap. Definitely a tricky circuit. Walls are very close. Let's see what his time is coming across the line here. And with the first lap of Q1, Granny Boy crosses the line with a 1:43.5. We'll see how good of a lap that is compared to the others. Walker comes 5/10 behind with a 1:44 flat. Yellow flag again in the S's. It appears to be Sohan Matthew.
Yeah, Sohan Matthew just spun it, I believe. Didn't get a good angle on that, but...
And he's going to have to go into the pits. He's not going to be setting a time there.
Yeah, but I would like to circle back to your point before on the first qualifying and that we're running a full qualifying session here. We are obviously running no practice, but very interesting about it is if you don't get a good lap time in on your first one, you're not going to be progressing through. So everyone's going to want to try to put a...
Yeah, you need to set a good lap here, and even if you don't and you're able to get out and run another lap, if the rain holds off just enough, then you're burning another set of soft tires you would have. They may be going to inters, so it may not matter as much, but you do only get 3 sets of inters as well and 2 sets of wets. So yeah, it may not matter for the race,
yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you though, but Knowing Light is on for his on an outlap on the intermediate tires. Not sure if that's going to pay off for him or not. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it might already be getting too wet out there for the soft tire runs. I didn't see if he DSQ'd his first run or if he just decided to go out on inters here, feeling that was the best strategy. Yellow flag in Sector 2. It appears to be his teammate, Cobalt, just on an in-lap, pulling out of the way of people. We are currently on board at Connor. He is on an outlap. Currently, Hayden is on an outlap on inters. Knowing Light is on an outlap on inters. And one of the reserve drivers making his debut in the Savior 6 Racing League for Alfa Romeo Racing is S6RL. He is out on inters on his outlap as well. So 3 drivers out and outlap on their intermediate tires. Didn't want to risk going out on softs and potentially crashing out. So let's watch on board here with Knowing Light as he goes for a hot lap attempt. And let's see how it compares to the rest of the times in the field.
Yeah, just want to circle back there. Yeah, as we said, as I've talked about the Knowing Light and Vapor Hayden quite a bit, and we know that they're buds, so maybe this is just some of their talk before the race, and as well as our X going out on the inters, as well as his teammate Hayden, so that might be a strategy.
Yeah, we'll have to see if it's the right strategy or the wrong strategy, though. One wrong call here in qualifying 1, and you know it can affect you very poorly. Because we do see more and more time going on the board. Knight Catsy has improved from a 152 up to a 144.8 to put him in clear space at the moment as well. If these intermediate tires are coming up as low times, it may be difficult for them to get it up into the top 15 in time. And these are 2 of the better drivers in the league with Vapor Hayden and Knowing Light. Projections in the preseason projecting them both to be top 5 finishers. And we have to see from X here what he can do. We have not seen him race. He is a reserve driver and a rookie making his debut, as we said.
Yeah. As a fellow reserve myself, it's I can definitely tell you tensions are high. Connor just hit the wall.
Massive wing damage. Let's see if he tries to finish the lap. He's almost all the way done with the section. It's not going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think he has to pit. He's lost too much time there.
Yeah.
Let's go check on Hayden. Hayden also on a hot lap, so we will not have a representative time yet. And the rain only intensifying. This may be very bad for Knowing Light. He may not be able to get out on track and set a time here. Merrick still yet to set a time. Currently P3 in the driver's standings.
Yeah, Hayden looking pretty strong though, so we'll have to see.
Yellow flags.
Looks like there's a lot of yellow sections up ahead, so people definitely trying.
Oh, Tiburon James broke some front wing. He lost it down in turn 7 there. The very tight carousel section of the circuit seems to have just spun it out, and he already does have a time on the board of 1:49, so that may have just been an in-lap mistake. But let's watch Hayden here. He's come across the line, tries to put the power down, drifts a little bit wide. You have to nail this absolute turn. He keeps it out of the right-hand wall. Where's his time going to be? Oh, and it's a 1:49.1. We'll have to see if that's fast enough. There's still drivers behind that have not set a lap, but they are currently on hot lap attempts. And when he gets back in the pits, it may not be enough for him to put soft tires on and beat it. We'll have to see. This is going to be very interesting. This is one of the bonuses of qualifying 1, 2, and 3 with a full qualifying session is it can lead to a lot of crazy events.
I personally don't think it's going to be enough because you still got Merrick behind and then Knowing Light behind. I think Knowing Light And knowing Light's
and
going out on the
Sohan pushes
soft,
him down. Vapor Hayden down to 13th. There is currently only 7 minutes 30 seconds left in qualifying, and that was Purple Catfish on an out lap. I believe he was just pulling out of the way of Vapor Hayden there, not knowing if he was on a hot lap or not. Let's take a ride on board here with JC, see where he's at. I think he may be on a hot lap attempt here. I can't tell. His tire is currently 0 laps. Yep, he's on a hot lap here. Prince getting out of the way. Let's see what his time is. It's a 1:13 through the second sector. He's going to have to nail this last sector. Push the limits of the car. It is a little bit wet out there. It's going to make it a little bit of a challenge. And this is one of my favorite sectors, because if you can nail this third sector here at Hanoi, sorry, yeah. But if you can absolutely nail this third sector, it is extremely hard to do just because the walls are right along the edge of the circuit. It's the difficulty of Suzuka with the tightness of Baku. And if you nail it, it just feels amazing, and you can gain so much time through that third sector. As JC proves right there, going up to 13th position, knocking Hayden down into 14th. It'll be very interesting. Hayden throwing for another lap here, and he can't go faster. He does go faster. He goes one second faster, but it's not enough to move him out of 14th position here.
I think he's going to have to go out on the soft tire.
He's going to have to try something.
We saw that JC went out on the soft and improved, so maybe the time differential is a little bit, but I think you may be getting a little bit more grip with the soft tire at the moment.
Let's go on board here with Merrick, yet to set a time out on the soft tires. Sector 1 is a 28-second. I do not know where that is based on the leaderboard right now. And Walker goes fastest on softs. Hayden may have made a big mistake here. He's going to have to rush to get back to the pits and get around to get another lap in. And he's going to have to really make sure he doesn't DSQ it as well. It's a lot of pressure that's going to be on Vapor Hayden here at the end of Q1. Knowing Light still
does pretty well under pressure.
Knowing Light still has not set a lap at the moment as well. He is out on soft tires. I believe he is on a hot lap as well. Merrick coming here across the line, hits the outside wall, but it's just the rear tire, not going to matter much, and it's good enough for P8. And that pushes Vapor Hayden onto the bubble. Tiburon James currently still in the pits in 16th. Ricky Starr and Knowing Light appear to be out on hot lap attempts. Let's hop in with Ricky Starr here. Currently, actually, one of the surprises of the season, P4 in the driver's standings for Ricky Starr. Who would have expected that from him coming into this season?
Oh yeah, definitely. You can see that the Mexican duo of Ricky and Knight Cass working very well together in the Mercedes. So I have them on as one of the top teams this year. We'll have to watch out for them.
Yeah, currently P3 in the team standings. Ricky Starr P4 in the driver's standings. Definitely is something to watch going forward here. As we hop on board with Connor really quick, finishing his lap. He's going to try to give it everything he can coming out of the last turn. What's his time going to be? And it's good enough for P5. And Knowing Light secures himself a spot in Q2 with that lap. Pressure on, and he nails it. Let's see if Hayden can do the same when it comes to his lap. Let's hop back on board with Ricky Starr as he comes here to the end of Sector 2. Walker has retired, knowing he is safe. But Merrick might be getting in the way of Ricky Starr here. Ricky Starr on a hot lap attempt. Merrick is right in front of him. Let's see if Merrick knows and he's on a hot lap and gets out of the way. Merrick is going to block the line, it looks like. Oh, he gets out of the way at the last second. That may have affected Ricky Starr, though. Ricky Starr is definitely going to have to try to nail these last couple turns to try to make up the time and get him across the line and get him well north of the 15th place spot, hopefully, and secure him a spot in Q2. Coming out of the last turn. And here it is. It is a 1:45.8, good enough for P7 at the moment, pushing Sohan Matthew onto the bubble, and JC currently unsafe, still in the pits. They will have time, though, if they want to come out here to try to set a hot lap.
Vapor Hayden at the moment is on an out lap. He's coming through to the first sector. He might be a little tight on time, so he's got to make sure he does not mess up this lap.
He's only going to have one attempt, it feels like, here, once he gets around, because you do not want to take the life out of those soft tires. They overheat very easily, so you definitely have to try to take your time. The rain will help him a little bit with that. We are currently on board with Ix, yet to set a lap. Let's see what he can do here. coming through the final sector. Hopefully he can get a lap on the board here. You don't want to see people in DNFing or DSQing their laps and not even getting a lap on the board. Coming through the final turn, and then we'll hop on board with Warriors, who's trying to set a lap here as well. Both of them back-to-back, line astern. He hits the inside wall, but it may be a good lap. And it's good enough for P10. He moves up.
Just to catch you, Warriors has invalidated, so he's going to have to go for another one. So I think Vapor Hayden at the moment is the one to watch.
Hayden's still on an out lap at the moment, so we're going to ride aboard with Warrior and see if he can get a lap. If he invalidates, we'll hop around the field. Sohan Matthew, still in the pits. It does not appear like he may get another lap in. He is currently P16. RB Draco's on an out lap in 15th, so he will have another opportunity to improve. Brogan Morris has crashed out, so he will not be able to improve, and he is down in P14. And there are definitely drivers behind him that can very well improve.
As you were talking about Sohan Matthews maybe not getting a lap in, he's going out right now to see if he can set one.
Oh, that is going to be very tight on time if he's going to be able to get out. We only have 1:40 left in qualifying, and you can see the lap times here. Even if you set a flyer, he's probably looking at a 1:46. So I don't think he's going to make it. It is going to be very tight. He's going to have to push all the way on his out lap. And Knowing Light retires. He is safe to advance. He is safe to advance. On board with Warriors. He is not invalidated yet. Coming through the middle of Sector 2 after the long straightaway. He's going to run up here behind Vapor. No, Vapor Hayden is on a hot lap. He's running up behind ISRL X. Hopefully he's aware of his surroundings. Gets out of the way here. Warriors currently on a decent lap. It could be enough to move him out. Let's see what his time is once he crosses the line here, and then we'll go hop on with Hayden. Mooks, if you want to keep us updated on Hayden's sector times here, let us know how he's doing.
Did a 1:59 second through the into the in the first sector, so just riding on board at the moment with first second or sector
2.
Second sector was a 1:12.
Warren moved up to a 13th position, and a 1:12 should be enough to get him in. He's just gonna have to make sure he nails the last couple of laps here. Vapor Hayden, he's not going to have another chance here, I don't believe. Even if he has enough fuel to do another attempt. So he's going to have to try to nail this final couple turns and not DSQ it. Hayden coming around the final turn. Where is he going to be? Is it going to move him out of the bottom and bump Brogan Morris down?
I think it is.
It is. It's good enough. We currently still do have JST, I believe, on a hot lap at the moment. JST is on a hot lap. Sohan Matthew, I don't believe he made it. I do think he made it. I don't see a checkered flag by his name. So Sohan Matthew is on a hot lap. RV Draco on a hot lap. And JST on a hot lap. We'll have to see if they can push down Prince, Warriors, or Merrick. If all three of them can improve, we could be seeing Merrick, who finished on the podium in Australia in P4 only due to time penalties in Bahrain, not making Q2. That would be a huge shock to everybody. But it would require all three drivers to improve here.
Merrick is safe at the moment. Warriors has invalidated his lap time, so it's just up to RV and JST, RV, Sohan Matthews, and JST, though, could all improve. And that would push Merrick out, so it is still possible.
And I don't see a checkered flag by Tiburon James's name right now, so he may be on a hot lap, but I don't think he was. He's
James
pretty far
is down
behind
on his time. He is, I believe
JST coming across the line. I don't think it's fast enough. It is not. So that means Merrick is safe. We still have Sohan Matthew and RV Draco here coming to the line. RV Draco leading the two of them. The AlphaTauri trying to get out of Q1. He had points on his debut. This is his second appearance in the racing league. He has now taken a full-time spot with AlphaTauri. His first race as a reserve was in Australia, and he garnered a 2-point result. So he does not bring those points to AlphaTauri, but he does not improve either here. Unfortunate for RB Draco. Sohan Matthew coming to the line, and he's not going to improve as well. And that's going to...
It looks like
the rain might be...
It looks as though the rain has actually gotten worse, so I do not believe anyone's going to be improving on their time here. You can even just see in Tiburon James's driving that it is coming down harder, so...
Yes, just slightly. We might have hit the crossover period. It's going to be interesting in Q2 to see if people go out quickly on softs and try to get a lap in, or go on inters, risking it getting heavier rain. So after Q1, we have Brogan Morris eliminated in 16th. RB Draco in 17th. Sohan Matthew, 18th. 19th, I don't remember who it is. Oh, it's JST in 19th.
It's JST.
And 20th is Tiburon James. Let's see if we can get one of them in here for an interview, see what happened out there. Who would you like to talk to, Mook? See if you want to invite somebody in to talk to here.
I'd love to talk to Brogan at the moment.
All right. Let's get a word from him if you want to invite him into the party. See if we can get a hold of him in the paddock. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of qualifying 1. As you said, we have 5 drivers eliminated. 15 will be going into qualifying 2. We'll have to see how much the rain intensifies after a short break here. Definitely very interesting. Brogan Morris misses out on Q2 by 0.6 of a second. Very tight, though, from 9th all the way down to 15th, within 0.6 of a second.
At the moment, I'm trying to get a hold of Brogan Morris, but I do not believe I am going to be able to. I may be able to get him while we're racing. He may jog over to my commentary box. We'll see. That would be interesting.
DRS has been disabled by race control. Now, normally in this game, that is a sign that you should be going out on intermediate tires. That means it is past the crossover period. So there is no DRS, so I would imagine we'd see people going out on inters. But some people may make the mistake and try to go out on softs here. It could affect them very poorly, especially if the rain keeps intensifying throughout. If they go out on softs when they should be on inters, they may not get a good lap in. We'll have to see. It's going to be very interesting here at the start of Q2. 15 minutes to set your fastest lap. If they're going out on inters, they will not have to start the race on them if it is a dry race, which is the forecast at the moment. So no matter what, these will get to choose whatever tire they want to start on. Knowing Light first out of the pits.
This could be a very interesting race if it is indeed dry, because we can see the wet pace at the moment, but we have no idea what the dry pace of some of these drivers is, so that should be interesting to watch.
The other thing to talk about there, Mooks, is it'll open up all sorts of strategies. Instead of the top 10 being locked in, they'll be able to start on the optimal strategy, but you may see some of the drivers trying to overtake Granny Boy, assuming he's going to be up there. He's won the first 2 races, seeming to trying to go on the opposite strategy from Granny Boy, trying to beat him on strategy alone.
Yeah, as I can tell you, that is very difficult, as you probably saw last race. There's a reason I've retired as a reserve driver for the moment and started commentary, that's for sure.
So, hey, well, we may as well talk about your reserve driving while we're waiting for people to start their laps here. You raced at Bahrain. How did that go for you? How did you feel the race went for you there, Mooks?
First stint was good. I tried to play it and kind of screw over Granty Boy to let my teammate Walker win, but there was a major miscommunication on the restart due to me being very bad at them as my lack of restarts. So yeah, that was great, but otherwise a good race. And then second and third stint just didn't go for me because I tried to sacrifice myself for the team and it just didn't work.
Yeah, it appeared that you may have set up Granny Boy with one of the moves of the season. We'll be putting together a compilation of those at the end of the season, but he had a triple overtake. If you didn't see it, we have our highlights posted on their YouTube page, Savior 6 Racing League. It is on our Savior 6 Gaming Community, actually, is the page. It's under the Racing League playlist, but we have a highlights package there, and you can see the move that Mooks is talking about. A poor safety car restart following the safety car too close allowed Granny Boy to get a triple overtake and then go on to win the race from there. He pulled just out of Walker's DRS and then was just able to run away with it. Walker, under pressure, ended up spinning out as well, but came back and was able to get a podium due to Merrick's time penalties. But we'll have to see what he can do here on board with Walker in Sector 1. Mooks, where do you think Walker's going to be finishing today? Where would you expect to see as you race with the Williams team? You expect big things from him here?
I don't really know about his pace here, but I know that he did have that spin, but otherwise he was feeling really confident, and then the safety car restart definitely messed with his head. So I'm expecting either P1 or P2, but we'll see. At the moment, Warriors is kind of... Never mind. Nope. thought Walker might try to go for the outside line. If you're not focused on him, then we'll get a replay up.
Nope, we are watching. We're watching Walker right here. So.
Okay, yeah. As you probably saw there, I thought he was going to go for a little bit wider of a line, but probably went for the quicker line there.
Yeah, the ideal line there, it's definitely a tricky corner, that carousel. There's multiple lines in there, but it seems like most of the drivers are trying to take it slow into the first, building up speed all the way around the corner, and then right as you get to that that tight left-hander, trying to cut that as hard left as you can and trying to straight line speed it. And that's a purple sector 2. It's not going to mean much yet, but purple sector 2 out of Walker there. A lot of drivers still yet to set a time. Ix with the first time lap time on the board with a 1:58, and I kind of think that may be beaten, and it is immediately by Hayden with a 1:49.7.
But I'd like to show that, as you said earlier, I'm not sure if you remember it, but Knowing Light did come out first out of the pit, so that may be implementing that there are some slick conditions out. He might have damaged his wing or something.
And Walker, fastest sector 2, fast sector 3. He just seemed to be slower there in sector 1. Granny Boy with the fastest time in Q1, but yes, Knowing Light was straight into the pits there. He must have damaged his wing somewhere, trying to push hard. That could affect him if the rain is increasing. We don't have a good way to get a weather forecast in here, as Jeff is currently unavailable to talk to. We may try to get an in-race report from one of the drivers, but I don't want to disturb them, as it's very intense the entire time here. Maybe we can talk to a couple people once they are eliminated after Q2. It doesn't appear we'll be able to talk to Brogan, but Walker sets a fastest lap of a 1:47.7, only one. My numbers are off there. I was trying to think of something to say 14, but it is what it is, folks. We're not all good with math. I'm an engineer, but I still fuck up my math from time to time.
Come on, family friendly. Come on, bro.
I am available when
but,
you enter the pit.
As we're talking, I think everyone's trying to come out now onto coming in on their in lap. So the only person out on an out lap at the moment is Knowing Light. So he'll be the one to watch at the moment. But actually, I think Warriors and Night Cass are. So Night Cass, definitely fast driver. Raced with him quite a bit. Just go-karts and such. Comes across the line now. Coming into 149, that puts him in fifth. Just can't believe that last year in the F1 IRC, the current lead that evolved into this one for probably the better. I think 149.
And that's good. We're going to try to get one of the drivers currently in there, Vapor Cobalt, in the pits at the moment. We may be able to get a hold of him here. Let's see. And yes, Vapor Cobalt has joined. Hey, Cobalt, how are the conditions out there? Sorry to bother you in the middle of racing.
It's fine. Intertires, it's just barely enters. Well, not barely, but definitely enters. Race is dry.
Okay, that's good to know.
But
what opens up a lot of strategy for you guys then, if you can get through here and get up high in the field. Opens up the strategy rather than being locked into a certain tire, so that's good for you.
Yeah, we're just hoping that me and Connor are hoping that we can both get into Q2 and see what we can get out of here. So far, it's looking like that, but
yeah, it appeared that Connor damaged his wing there a little bit on his out lap or on his hot lap. So hopefully he can get a good time in here. Do you think you're safe at the moment? You going to try to go out on another lap here?
I'm probably going to go out for one more lap just to make sure.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for the advice. Good luck in your second run.
You too.
See ya.
Not you too, but you guys have a great. Have fun.
All right. We'll be watching.
Yeah.
And speaking of Knowing Light, currently on a hot lap attempt. On the inter tires. No laps on this set. Coming down one of the longest straights in F1, actually the second longest straightaway in F1, almost 1 mile long, 1.5 kilometers. You get DRS at the halfway point, and then you have to slow it all the way down to second gear and try to rotate it very slowly around that turn. And he goes purple, it said in Sector 2, but immediately disappeared. May have just been a glitch in the game. Either way, it looks like a very good lap so far from Knowing Light. The pink Racing Point, as Knowing Light coming through the final turn. Short run to the line. And it's only good enough for P7 at the moment. We'll have to see if the rain's increasing or if people are able to beat their times. We currently have 3 drivers without a time. Merrick, Jay Kelly, and Purple Catfish. Let's hop on board with Purple Catfish. I don't think we've seen him today. Let's give him some airtime here. He was able to get AlphaTauri some points, back-to-back points finishes for Purple Catfish. He had 1 point in Bahrain and 6 points in Australia. Currently ranked P9 in the driver standings as well. Hopefully he can keep up the solid performance and just keep the point streak going.
Yeah, Catfish is definitely going to want to do well so he can write something good about himself.
Yep, as Mooks mentioned there, Catfish is one of our league council members. He is actually in charge of our website, the Savior6RacingLeague.com. And now, that's a little bit of oversteer. He put a little bit too much power there and lost a little bit of the car, but was able to save it. Hopefully he can finish his lap here. I don't believe he got any wing damage. But going back to what I was saying earlier, Purple Catfish is in charge of the league website, Savior6Racing.com. If you want to check us out, we have our league standings, schedule, any info. You can check it out there. He writes weekly articles. The link to our Discord is in there, and we'll have links in the description after this race to all of our social media channels or merchandise channel. If you have any interest in F1 racing or just gaming in general, we'll talk about Savior 6 a little bit later on. But that's good enough for P9 for Catfish. If the rain is intensifying, that may be enough, but I really don't know. It's going to be tough here.
Yeah, should be interesting.
Merrick out on a hot lap, but currently on an invalidated lap. So he is P10 at the moment with an invalidated lap. He's going to have to get around here and try to go on another one. Who is in the most trouble here, would you say? Mooks? Who would you expect in the bottom 5 to be making it up to the top here?
I think Prince, if he can put a good lap together. And Chief Chris, he's pretty decent in the wet from what I've heard and what I've seen. We'll have to see, but I think that at the moment, I think Merrick and Catfish may be able to improve, but for me, I'm a little surprised Warriors is up there. I've never actually seen him race, but he's above Knowing Light, who I know is a very quick driver, and pretty close to Vapor Cobalt, so that's a very interesting one. But as I'm talking about Vapor Cobalt and Knowing Light, you may want to look at them. They're both actually on a flying lap. And it looks like Knowing Light has just let Vapor Cobalt through. So,
well, they're both currently in right now. So we are on board right now at the moment with Ricky Star coming to the end of the long straightaway on a hot lap attempt, trying to push Merrick out. Merrick did pit here. He's going to try to get on a new set of tires and get out for another lap. But Merrick and Purple Catfish may be in trouble if Chief Chris or Prince can improve. And it's a purple Sector 2 for Ricky Star. I can't tell if the rain's letting up or if the game is just showing us purple Sector 2s for everybody. But Ricky Star currently on a very decent attempt here. He may be able to get himself in the top 10 here. It'll be very close. We'll see what happens when they cross the line. Ix currently out. Try and go for a hot lap on 2-lap-old inters. It's not going to matter too much with these intermediate tires. They don't wear very heavily. They'll keep their pace for a pretty long time. And Ricky Star goes just faster than Merrick. He's able to bump him out. Merrick is still in the pits, and I don't see him leaving yet. Merrick is not going to be able to set another lap time here. He's not going to make it in. The number 3 driver in the driver's standing is going to be eliminated here in Q2. Now, one of the options here would be that he's trying to be able to open up his strategy options by starting P11, but starting on the inters with a dry race, you'd be able to start on whatever tire you want. And, Jay Kelly goes faster. P9, he pushes Ricky Star out. So some of the top drivers so far in the standings have been pushed out and will not have another lap attempt. Ricky Star is very slow on this lap. I don't believe he's on a hot lap right now, so...
he is on a cool lap.
He is on a cool lap. We'll have to see.
Actually, yeah, he is. Never mind. Yeah, I do believe the track may be drying out. As we heard from Vapor Cobalt, it is going to be
and
sunny
Ix
for the race.
Has retired. He is pit and retired. He is accepted. He is not going to be advancing out of Q2. Chief Chris coming through the final turn. Let's see if he can improve here. His time looks pretty decent. He may be fast enough. He's going to have to nail this last turn. He's going to have to go to the line. It's going to be P12 only. P12. Chief Chris misses out by less than 0.2 of a second on Q3. Prince, I believe, is on a hot lap as well. Two-lap old tires.
Prince is not going faster, though, but I just looked at his deltas. He is not going quicker at the moment, so...
Ricky Star loses the car, and it's not going to be fast enough for Ricky Star. Already down by 0.5. He's going to try to go to the finish line and get another hot lap in. He may be able to start another one here. He only has 10 seconds to get to the line, though. It's going to be tight. Coming around the final turn. Hopefully he has no damage. 3, 2, 1. He is going to get another lap in. Just at the death of it. Let's hop back on with Prince. And he is certainly 6 seconds down. He is not going to be improving. So it's going to come down to Ricky Star. Can he bump out Purple Catfish? Can he go fastest on this final lap? Ricky Star goes very wide, though. That ESQ's the lap, and it's over. Chief Chris may have a chance. I can't tell. He may be on a hot lap. If he is, it is a second lap on these tires. They may start to overheat after a lap, depending on the intensity of the rain here. We will get a sector time here as he exits Sector 2 on the right-hander. It doesn't appear to be very fast, though. He looks like he's a little bit slow. Yes, and he's 5 seconds down on his time, and that's going to eliminate Ricky Star, Chief Chris, Merrick, Ix, and Prince. Three of the 5 drivers names eliminated are point-scoring drivers in this season, including the third and fourth place driver in the driver's standings. Very, very interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah.
Purple Catfish sneaks in by the skin of his teeth, making it in by 0.07 of a second.
Oh. Don't know how Ricky's going to feel about that one. I think we should get him in this call. Do you agree?
Yeah. We'll see if we can talk to Ricky if he wants to talk to us after the Q2 performance there. We may be able to get a couple people in here. Try to talk to the Chief as well. See what happened there to him. So, just invite like one person in basically. So invite Ricky in. Once he leaves, then we'll invite Chris in.
Chris first.
Yeah,
Chris first.
Yeah, that's fine. Either way.
Or yeah, okay.
You have to message Chris on Discord because he doesn't have notifications on. So if you message him on Discord, saying you invite him to the party to talk.
I'm just gonna party chat. Yep.
Granny Boy, fastest lap in Q1 and Q2. Let's see if he can keep it going, though, when it matters most in Q3.
Yeah. Oh, this is a very interesting session so far. With we can see that Granny Boy and Walker are leading by quite a bit over Vapor Cobalt and Vapor Hayden, the Vapors of the group.
But a lot of drivers may have only done one lap, trying to save their intermediate tires for fresh runs in Q3 here.
That's a good point. We'll have to see.
You only get 3 intermediate tires for all of your running, and it's been wet for all of qualifying, so you have to be cool, calm, and collected there. But here at the Vietnam Grand Prix, starting Q3, this will determine the top 10 order for the grid for the race within 12 minutes.
Yeah, shorter session than the first ones. Oh, but it looks like everyone... Walker is going out onto the soft tire. I think everyone's going out on the soft tire.
Yeah, it appears to be kind of drying up a bit. It's going to be very interesting. If it is drying up, a lot of drivers may just wait till the end here. But it appears Chief Chris has been able to get out of his car, discussed with his engineers, and we now have him back in the paddock. Hey, Chief, how do you think how was your qualifying? You made it through Q3 pretty well. Q2, you just
Q1.
Q1. Yep, Q1. Sorry, we were hoping for better things here. We thought you were going to Q. What happened there?
Well, at one point I was 8/10 up, so I was feeling really solid coming out of the that corner where Hayden's going through now. I can't think of the corner name, but the long left-hander.
Yep.
After
through the carousel there.
Yeah, the carousel. That was about 8/10 up, roughly, give or take. But the car feels good. Even under wet conditions, I'm pretty hopeful for it. But the top 10, they're fast.
Oh yeah,
they're really fast. So yeah.
Well,
I think I was only 2/10 off of P10, so there was a small chance, but yeah, I lost a lot of time at the hairpin and into sector 3, and it was just a challenge from there.
Well, there is a lot of decisions to go into qualifying too. It won't really matter on strategy here, but with the Parc Fermé conditions, you have to determine if you want to try to set your car up for qualifying, the race, or a little bit of a hybrid. How did you set your car up? Did you set it up for the race? Are you going to be good in the race, or did you try to adjust it a little bit to try to improve on the qualifying?
Yeah, I definitely went with the race strategy. So my setup is perfectly for dry conditions, and doing my practice beforehand, the car was sticking well to the track, and I'm pretty hopeful for the conditions, hopeful for the race.
All right, well, hey, that's a good sign. Some of these drivers may have wet setups, and you may be able to see some nice overtaking. Get back up there in the points again for you.
Yeah, that's the goal. We got
keep the point streak going.
Exactly. Ferrari's top 10 2 weeks in a row, and we're going to make it a third.
Hey, currently P5 in the constructors' standings, only 7 points behind Haas. Let's see if you guys can catch that gap up and beat it.
Yeah. And one of the Haas drivers, we won't say who, but we're confident we can beat them pretty easily.
Yeah, that was a surprise. Who do you see taking P1 in qualifying in Q3 here?
It'll be between Grant and Walker. One of those two drivers will definitely take P1. I won't be surprised if they both take the front row. Hayden can definitely push make it competitive up there, but yeah, it'll be interesting.
Oh yeah,
definitely putting my money on Walker and Grant, and Grant taking pole.
All right.
So you're not going to talk about last year's
and
champion,
Hayden hits the wall coming out of the carousel. Actually, sorry to interrupt. Hayden has clipped the wall coming out of the carousel. I don't believe he has wing damage. I don't believe he's a puncture, but it may have affected his lap there. You may need to go for a new one here. But back to you, Mooks. Sorry about that.
Yeah, all good. But Chris not talking about last year's champion, Rivas. That's a bit of a surprise.
Nah, Rivas is just a very strong driver, so what is surprising is his 2 DNFs this season. Definitely expected more from him, and I think we'll see a redemption race here at Vietnam. Him and Hayden both.
All right. Well, thank you for your words, Chris. We'll get back to your engineers, discuss setup and strategy for the race. Thanks for talking to us and giving us the time. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hayden coming through the final sector here. Let's see what time he can get on the board here.
As you said earlier, he did clip the wall, so we'll have to see.
He may be on a new lap. Its time appears not the quickest right now. Yeah, it's not very quick. It's a 150. Yeah. He was faster in Q2 when it appeared to be a little bit more rain. But a lot of drivers, you just want to try to put a solid time on the board here, and then you can push. You only really have time for 2 hot laps here. Although on the inters, you may be able to go for a couple back-to-back runs here, and that's up here what it appears like Hayden may be doing. Grandy Boy goes fastest, though, a 148.2. Knight Katsy, though, with a 148.3. One of the surprises. If Grandy Boy messed up or if that was a fast lap, Knight Katsy put together an amazing lap, it seems like.
I think what's going on is you're seeing that the soft and the inters are very close together at the moment. We'll see as Walker comes across, because, Walker just improves by quite a bit, and he was only half a lap behind. So I think it's time for the soft tires.
Oh, yeah. That's impressive that Knight did that on inters and was that fast. Oh, goodness gracious. And now Warriors goes P2 on the inters. This is interesting, to say the least. I can't tell. I don't believe DRS is currently available. That would tell me that inters should be slightly better, but they do have slightly fresh. They do have a lot of fresh softs though, so it'll be very interesting. It leaves a lot of options open here for the drivers, whether they go out on softs. It appears most people out on intermediates at the moment. The best lap being set on fastest lap being set by Walker on the soft tire with a 147.5. Warriors, though, with a 148.1 on inters. Granny Boy then with softs of the 148.2, and Night Catsy and the rest of the field on intermediate tires on their fastest lap attempts.
Yeah, I've never seen Warriors race before, as I started earlier, but before I heard some people trash talking him, so maybe he's just trying to get some redemption here.
Yeah, very good for the Red Bull, already leading the constructor standings, 52 points, but Racing Point with 50 points, only 2 points behind them. They definitely need a good performance out of him, as Granny Boy hasn't been able to get any points out of his teammates so far this season. He has been carrying the load solo, and he's been doing very good work with it, but currently only P3. It'll be interesting to see what the drivers can do. Let's hop on board here, actually, with Revis. I don't know if he's on. I don't believe he's on a hot lap, actually. I'm trying to figure out who's on a hot lap. No, Revis is not on a hot lap.
I do.
Jay Kelly. We haven't seen Jay Kelly yet. Jay Kelly on a hot lap, but he is trying to push the car very hard right now. You can see it sliding all over the track. This Renault, though, very beautiful. Unfortunately, also one of the last times we're going to see it before they become Alpine Racing next year, and we lose that bright yellow livery. It just looks beautiful and so easy to spot, Mooks. Do you have a favorite livery on the grid?
I must say I do love the Mercedes black livery. I don't like the overalls, but I do like their black livery, as well as the Red Bull. The Red Bull car looks pretty snazzy.
Yes. Very classic car with the Red Bull. Hasn't really changed much over the years. It still maintains that amazing persona. You know, when you design a good livery, you don't need to change it and mess with it a whole bunch. And Red Bull has done just that with theirs. Matte blue, a little bit of red and some yellow lining. That car just looks fast and feels fast. Sponsored by Red Bull. Get a Red Bull today. For sale at Sheets.
No, we are
two
not.
for
$5.
$5.
We're not sponsored. No, we're not sponsored.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
This is a joke. This is a joke. Please,
Jay
please,
Kelly
no lawsuits.
is definitely not on a hot lap. He appears to be like he may be going into the pits here.
I think
a lot of people in the pits. They're going to fit on new tires. Vapor Cobalt comes out on the soft tire. Let's see what everybody else is coming out on.
It appears Jay Kelly did not pit. I'm not sure if he just didn't realize the pit stop was there, like where the pits were, but or he just might be going for another lap.
Oh, that could be a very poor decision. He's currently P10. I would have risked it if you're starting P10. Risk it. Throw on the softs and go for a lap. Cobalt's on the soft.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. The drivers may be waiting until the last minute. It looks like the rain may be slowing down. I see a little bit of light in the sky when we're on board here with Cobalt coming down the backstretch on his outlap.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get some life into the tires, doing a little bit of weaving. Definitely going to be some very, very nice overtakes coming down here. The track does get very tight coming into this turn. It's going to be very interesting how the drivers defend through this circuit. The wall is very close. You need to really trust the driver ahead of you if you want to get one.
Yeah. This is one track where I think that the medium tire may not be the best tire. Just due to the amount of safety cars. That hard tire, as you saw me try to do on the medium, you could probably get into P1 on the hard tire and go for a bit, and maybe that might be something some of the second drivers try to do to help out their main teammate. But the soft tire obviously going to be very good at the start of the race, I believe, because a lot of people are going to pit on the soft tire. We do have some, as you can see in Bahrain, we did have some safety cars there, and that's not often a place you get a ton of safety cars, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see. Just to update the tire situation, Cobalt is out on softs at the moment going for a hot lap. Knowing Light, his teammate, came out on softs. Hayden came out on softs, but Revis coming out of the pits on intermediate tires. Purple Catfish still out on inters, and Night Catsy is still in the pits. Granny Boy is on an outlap and softs as well. So it appears most drivers going with the soft tire, other than Revis on the inter. That's a very surprising to see from him. He's usually very good with the strategy, so we'll see. Maybe he knows what he's doing. But also going back to the tires, talking about the tires, the projected tire life on these tires, the softs are projected to last a maximum of about 13 laps per he's telling us. Mediums can last about 16, and the hards can last 21 laps. but it's going to be the C4, C3, and C2 compounds. But the softs are very, very much faster than either of the other tires. Projected time delta from soft to medium is plus 1.4 seconds. And from soft to hard is plus 2.0 seconds. So very, very big time delta. But if you can make the strategy and you get the safety cars to line up, you can definitely make any strategy work here.
Yeah, but as you said, the soft to the medium, like the maximum range isn't a lot, but I do think that the soft tire will fall off after about probably 6 laps. What do you think?
No, I believe the soft tire will last until about 8 or 9 laps before you start seeing some pretty dramatic fall off. I think they'll be able to push a decent bit, especially being that they're all going to be starting the race on brand new softs, since nobody had to qualify on them as well.
That's a good point.
Let's see,
Very
Cobalt.
Strong point.
And P2 for Cobalt. Granny Boy starting his hot lap. Actually, let's hop with Revis, one of the people on Inter tires. One of the only people out on Inters. Let's see how his time delta is here. Going for a hot lap. Turn 1 does very well. I can't tell if the rain is increasing or decreasing. Very hard to tell just from the visuals.
Yeah. I'm sure one of the drivers will be able to tell us after this, because they're going to have a very good sense of how the track is evolving.
It's going to feel like a completely different circuit for the race tomorrow. Once it dries up, they're going to feel grip that they never felt. It's going to be fast. It's going to be surprising seeing them racing faster in the race than they are here in qualifying.
Yeah, definitely. My expected lap times are going to be off. So,
for comparison,
should be interesting to see.
Yeah, for comparison, to show you how slowly they are going, last year's pole time was a 1:35.1 from Knight Katsi. But he is currently done in 5th place. Few drivers behind him may be able to pump him down. But we are currently on board with Revis. We'll hop up to Granny Boy, though, real quick. See what his sector time is. Granny Boy, no! Granny Boy's not going to go faster. Granny Boy is slowed down. He has abandoned his hot lap attempt. Granny Boy is going to be starting P4 or worse if Revis can improve. Hayden unable to improve. Knowing Light coming around the final turn, he's currently up and not able to improve. It doesn't appear anybody's going to improve. It looks like, oh no, Revis though, currently 6 tenths.
Revis is improving.
6 tenths up. He may have been the one who made the right call here on the intermediate tire. If he can keep this up, he may be able to actually get ahead of Granny Boy. He's going to have to nail this final sector. Revis Island coming through the final turn. He has to nail this turn. He can hit the wall a little if he needs to. He doesn't need that wing anymore. He can change it after the qualifying. And it's P3 for Revis on the intermediate tires. He made the right call. We were making fun of him here for being the only driver on the Inters, but he nailed that call, and he goes out on the Inters, everybody else going out on softs, and he shows that he made the right call. McLaren on to P3 on the grid. Hopefully he can convert that into a result here today after 2 consecutive DNFs, as well as Hayden in P8. But it's Walker on pole and Cobalt in P2 here today. Unbelievable results here in qualifying. Granny Boy starting down in 5th place. It's going to be a lot of traffic. Very tight circuit. We're going to have to see what happens here, Mooks.
I'm speechless. Walker, just what? What did we just see? So, if you look, Walker is obviously fast, and so is Vapor Cobalt. But Warrian's the reserve driver. Absolute masterclass of how to be a reserve driver. Putting that car into 4th? That's just insane. Oh my. Oh.
Yeah, beating out the current league leader in the other Red Bull, Granny Boy. We'll have to see if he holds him up or what their strategy is if they're in a call together. Because that may be interesting to see. If the Red Bulls are able to take each other out, we get a little Ricardo Verstappen action here between Warriors and Granny Boy.
We got along straight into a heavy braking zone.
This is one of the tighter turns on the circuit, too. Thankfully, not a very long run, but definitely very tight and a lot of different lines for people to take. Definitely, we have not seen F1 race here, but it is definitely a sign of chaos. But... Ladies and gentlemen...
Try.
Yeah, can I do the intro?
Yeah.
Just so I have it for the cutout.
Oh, we. I forgot. Sorry, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into Savior 6 Racing League's Vietnam Grand Prix here in Hanoi at the Hanoi Street Circuit. Never been raced at before. It is going to be a very interesting race. A lot of people selecting their strategies. We had a wet qualifying, so a lot of the drivers are going to be able to start on whatever tires they want, as Q2 was intermediate tires. We are here today. We have a new driver on pole position. Granny Boy struggling in qualifying, unable to get a final lap together. As we see here, the drivers taking off from the grid for their formation lap. We are joined here today by Mooks, helping me to commentate.
G'day. Sorry I messed up the intro, but we just don't talk about that. Yeah, Walker on pole. Very interesting, as long with Vapor Cobalt. It looks like they're on the medium tire, so that's something to note for sure.
We'll go through the running right now, actually. Go through everybody's tires. So here today, we have Walker 990 on the medium tires, setting the fastest lap in qualifying in Q3 today, using our new four qualifying format, setting the fastest lap in Q3 by 0.7 of a second, absolutely destroying the rest of the field. Vapor Cobalt was able to secure second position, front row on the grid. He is also starting the medium tires, along with Revis Island in third position in the McLaren, trying to capitalize and get his first points of the season after only one DNF all of last season, already with 2 this season. He only finished off outside the top 4 during that DNF last season. Every other race, he was top 4 or higher, and he's already been outside of the points twice this season, so hopefully he can capitalize. Warriorins in fourth, starting on the softs. That may actually be a strategy before the Red Bulls, as he's going to try to push the other drivers ahead of him out of the way. Granny Boy behind him on the hard is going to try to hang along and just use his DRS and last as long as possible to outlast the medium runners ahead. Night Catsy, P6 on the medium tires. Purple Catfish in 7th. Vapor Hayden in 8th. Knowing Light all the way down in 9th. And Jay Kelly and Ricky Star in 10th and 11th, all starting on the medium tires, before we get Chief Chris and Merrick in 12th and 13th, starting on the softs. The remainder of the field starting on medium tires, though, with Ix, Prince, Brogan Morris, RV Draco, Sohan Matthew, Jay Stee, and Tiburon James. Chief Chris does appear to have disconnected, but it looks like he has rejoined now at the back of the field, so we'll just need to wait for the grid to reform. Walker already on the front stretch, but this game is smart about that. It will not cool his tires down. Once the computer takes him in, it will hold his tire temperature until the start of the race.
I don't know how to feel about that. That's pretty unrealistic in my opinion.
Keeps anybody from lagging behind, trying to cool people's tires down.
Yeah, I guess, but I think there should also be, you know how in this game, on the safety car, it does give you a warning for making sure that you're not too far behind, so,
all right,
I don't know how to feel about that one.
The grid is reforming here. Chief Chris taking his position. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And go! A lot. Oh, they're already running wide. Drivers moving all over. Nobody spinning out at the start. It's going to come tight into turn 1 here. Let's watch all the drivers, see if they can make it through clean. Appears most of the drivers getting through clean. One of the Red Bulls, a couple of them cutting the inside corner, trying to avoid damage. Oh, and the Red Bull spun out. Who is that? Granny Boy has been taken out. Granny Boy's into last place. Oh, goodness gracious. Safety car is out, though. Safety car is out.
Second race, we have a full safety car.
Oh, goodness. I couldn't tell what happened there. It looked like Chief Chris got involved a little bit in that. Granny Boy involved. Oh, no, that is unfortunate for all of them. Position changes. Let's see. Yep, Granny Boy and Chief Chris falling. Jay Kelly down 6 positions as well. A lot of penalties for severe collisions, probably under the safety car there. But Walker got away clean, held P1, Cobalt P2. All of the top 4 holding their positions. Catfish moving up 2 positions in the 5th, though. What a move by him. And Merrick up 5 positions, starting on the soft tire. That soft tire paying wonders for him, all the way up to 8th position already. Penalties for Knowing Light, Ricky Star, and RV Draco. But this should be interesting, though. We may get to see some fun overtaking from Granny Boy here. We haven't seen him make any mistakes yet, as Rivas was last year, but he makes his first mistake there. Whether it was his fault or not, we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, just to clarify, Chief Chris had an abysmal start, so I don't think it was really... I don't know if he really got involved in that. It doesn't look like he has wing damage, so I don't think he got involved in an incident. He just had a bad start.
May have been due to some lag. We'll have to see if any of the drivers here are going to pit onto softs here. Try to go soft to the end, because as we said, the softs are a much faster tire, but you will lose a lot of track position. So far, every driver staying out of the pits. Nope.
I think we're going to see Granny Boy go in.
Knowing Light is into the pits here. Knowing Light into the pits. Ricky Star's into the pits. Sohan Matthew is into the pits.
I would just like to remind you that both
Granny Boy is into the pits as well.
Knowing Light and Ricky both did have 5-second penalties for severe collisions. So
that will remove their penalties. It's surprising that Draco did not pit there to remove his penalty. His first race as a full-time driver for AlphaTauri. He earned points for Renault in Australia. Let's see if he can earn points in his first race for the AlphaTauri team. Let's see what kind of tires we have going on here.
I think everyone went on to the medium, yeah?
Yeah. We have the medium tire for Jay Kelly, Knowing Light, and Granny Boy. And then the soft tires for Ricky Star and Sohan Matthew out of the people that pit. Chief Chris spun out, or just had a bad start. But he is still out on the softs. He did not pitch change tires. 5 drivers stopping. And currently only a penalty for RB Draco, 5 seconds for severe collision. He will have to serve that when he pits next.
Who are you looking for on the race restart? Who do you think is going to do a good start?
I think Merrick. Merrick is on those soft tires as well as Warrior Ends. Warrior Ends may be a little bit safe, more precautious, though, knowing he's already up towards the front. But I could see Merrick on those soft tires making a good run, trying to get back up into the points here after a very poor qualifying, causing him to start 13th this race. I definitely could see Merrick as the driver to watch here on this restart.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Yeah, obviously behind the safety car. It's going to take a little bit for everyone to catch up, but then when we do, I think we're going to see some very good racing on. I think Ricky is probably going to jump Jay Kelly. That's my prediction, and so will Granny Boy.
Yeah,
but,
a fast
Jay
driver.
Kelly obviously pretty quick.
A fast driver and Ricky Star back there, though, right in front of Granny Boy. Not necessarily as fast as Granny Boy, but he has had some really good finishes this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how hard he defends from Granny Boy as the two try to battle their way back up to the front of the field.
I mean, Ricky Star has... How many positions did he gain in Australia? Didn't he gain like 18 positions? To like P6, I believe it was?
That's impossible, but yes, something like that. Bahrain, he gained 13 positions. He crashed out going on his first out lap in Bahrain. Was able to bring it back and get points, leading the Mercedes team in both races.
Yeah. In Australia, didn't he crash, or didn't he just qualify?
He had a poor pit stop strategy under the safety car. He did not pit under the first lap of the safety car. He pit under the second lap of the safety car, causing him to drop to the back of the pack as they were already bunched up. Was able to recover from that, though. He could have done a lot better if he hadn't messed up that strategy, though, or it worked in his advantage and avoided some collisions. But currently, it's Walker P1, Cobalt P2, Rivas P3, holding station. I believe we should be going green this lap.
Hopefully. Trying to look to see if anyone has damage. I'll do that at the moment. I don't believe anyone does have damage, so looking good. Just gonna go to X. X in his reserve race doing pretty well, but being swamped by both. It's a checkerboard of Faber Hayden down to Brogan Morris of the Hasses and the Alfa Romeo, so that should be interesting.
And almost a collision from Brogan Morris there as we go to X at the last second. And race control, safety car in this lap. Safety car is in this lap. Walker leading the field away. He's backing away from the safety car. Very early warning here as he will now control the field all the way to the line. He's going to wait for the safety car to peel into the pits, and then he will try to go for a good race start here. He's going to want to try to get a gap, get out of the DRS range of Vapor Cobalt. These medium tires can easily make it from medium to a soft tire run, especially since they didn't have to do any laps on quali. And he takes off already. Here he goes, Vapor, or Walker, followed by Vapor Cobalt. He already is almost a second up. Hopefully it does not slow him up here. I don't believe it will. Definitely a lot of practice there from the Williams team after the debacle in Bahrain.
We don't talk about that.
Walker leads away from the field. And it appears that everybody's getting through clean. I'm trying to watch in the background, see if anybody's damaging their wing. It appears nobody hit the outside wall. Everybody getting through clean. Granny Boy still hasn't gotten to the line. That shows how far back in the field you are after the safety car restart. He's weaving back and forth, trying to get temperature into those tires. But back up to the front, we see Walker leading the pack away. Brogan Morris, currently one of the closer drivers on the back of Ix. He is known to use a lot of his ERS here at the start. As Ix gets a terrible turn, he may be able to close up here and go for an overtake down this straightaway. He will probably dump his ERS, as we've talked about. Very tight to that turn. That's just how you want to take it, to get the quickest run out of there.
Just to interrupt you, but you may want to look into Warriors at the moment, AT. He looks like he's about to make an overtake.
And he's down the inside of Rivas, and he gets the move done. Oh, and there's damage from a wing. I couldn't tell who that came off of. It was Night Catsy or Purple Catfish. One of them damaged their wing there. And it's Night Catsy. He is missing some of the front right of his wing. Oh, no. No, it's not. It's Catfish, too. Oh, and more damage in the back. Merrick gets damage on his wing. Oh, no. They're trying to race too hard. I believe Purple Catfish's wing has basically disappeared. Cobalt, though, hanging onto the back of Walker. He may be able to get into DRS range here. I believe that Purple Catfish is going to have to pit, though.
Oh, yeah. Catfish definitely missing some.
Night Catsy needs to pit. Merrick in the pits. As Vapor Cobalt goes fastest in the race. Warriors now, though, with the fastest lap. He is showing his pace. Unbelievable off the start.
Yeah, I'm a little bewildered by his pace.
His debut as a reserve driver, he raced once before in this league, before the rebrand, in Austria, and he ended up crashing out with 2 laps to go, but he was in the top 4 running at that time. Ix, though, as we were saying, is up into 6th position already, and there's a yellow flag in Sector 1. There's a lot of traffic back there. I can't tell what's going on, but it appears that everybody's still moving. One of the Ferraris going slowly, actually.
Chief Chris was very slow. Not sure if he has damage. Trying to look right now. I think he just spun it. I think he just touched the barrier and spun it.
Oh, and this is going to be very fun to watch. Brogan, Morris, Prince, and Ix all in a line. Prince trying to use Brogan to catch up. They're not going to have DRS until next lap. But it could be very fun to watch. We're going to try to switch to Sohan, actually, as well, as he goes down the outside of Tiburon James into the braking zone. Who's going to break the latest? It is Sohan. He's going to get ahead before the braking zone, take the turn, and he makes the move. Tiburon James overtaken by Sohan Matthew. A good move from the Ferrari, trying to lead his team to get him some good points here. A lot of overtakes going to be happening into that very, very long straightaway, but a very hard braking zone. It's a very good overtaking opportunity, as they're going to have DRS activated for this lap here. DRS is now enabled. And Vapor Cobalt is just barely inside the range of Walker. They do have a DRS zone after this first carousel. Is he going to be able to stay in it? He may want to cut the corner just to make sure he stays in it. It's right on the border. I don't know if he got it. He had a very poor turn. We'll see here if he's opening his rear wing. He didn't get it. He did not get DRS. He's going to have to try to close up here on Walker. He's melting his ERS here, trying to get back into range and be able to catch up and use that DRS, because that is pivotal here to save his ERS. The ERS and DRS systems. Mooks, do you want to explain what that is for any F1 fans we don't have here?
So, ERS is energy recovery system. So obviously, they use energy in a hybrid motor. Just to cut myself off, but Ix goes deep into the corner, almost hitting Brogan Morris. But so energy recovery system boosts the engine and just gives more power. Braking will recharge your ERS, but very slowly. DRS, on the other hand, is a drag reduction system, where the back wing will open up and create, obviously, less drag. You have to be within 1 second of the car in front, though, to use it.
And here they come, actually, down to the turn, going down the inside. Draco's going to try to make the move. He may have gotten a little wing damage, hitting Prince in the back. Let's try to get a look at his front wing here, and it appears pretty clean. If it is, it's very minor damage. But sorry for that, Mooks, but thank you for the description. So if anybody wants to know a little bit more how F1 works, just feel free to ask us any questions, and we'll do our best to answer. It appears Walker has gotten out of Colbart's DRS range, though. So he will not be able to activate it. DRS is available if you cross the line at the detection point. If you are within 1 second of the car ahead, you will be able to open up that rear wing and gain 30 to 40 kilometers per hour of speed down the straightaway by reducing all the downforce in the rear wing. And it appears he may have gotten it here. No, he did not. He is very close, though. He is very good through that at the end of that carousel going into the long straightaway.
Yeah, but Warriors being able to stick with them on that soft tire. Looks like it's not dying off as quickly as I thought. Obviously, we had that safety car, but
and Ricky Starr's going to go down the inside through the carousel. He's not able to get the move done. Tiburon James is ahead of him, but he opens the DRS. He's going to go for a move down into the second carousel. Knowing Light right behind, watching this all unfold, when Ricky Star gets the move done. He's up into 12th. Granny Boy up into 11th. We didn't even see him, making massive overtakes and massive gains. Next in line for Granny Boy, Sohan Matthew.
Yeah. Granny Boy just closed up onto the train between 10th and I believe that is almost to 6th. Obviously, there's a little bit of a gap between Prince and Brogan, but not much, so that should be interesting to watch.
Currently able to hold position. Granny Boy, though, trying to make a move on Sohan. Unable to get the move done. In this final sector, you cannot overtake at all without risking damage, as we saw earlier. Lots of damage through this on lap 2 between multiple cars, costing a lot of people their race unless we get a safety car. Oh, and Ix hits the wall. It's going to cause Sohan Matthew to slow down. Ix lost some front wing there. Sohan is going to try to make an overtake, but he does not want to hit Ix here. He doesn't know if he's pitting or not. Ix is smart, gets out of the way of the drivers ahead. Very good racing from Ix, actually, there. That is very good racing. That's exactly what we want to see. You don't want to be holding people up when you're going into the pits, especially these lead drivers that are stuck here in the back. And it's a yellow car, safety car. Merrick has retired from the session. He crashed out in the 3rd sector. It is very tricky through there. Oh, goodness. Mooks has lost it.
Yeah, I've DC.
Safety car is out. We'll have to see if the cars try to pit here, though. Softs will not get to the end from here, I do not believe. Yeah, Softs will not get to the end, but they can pit onto hards here, try to get to the end on them, or they may stay out on mediums and try to push ahead, keep that gap. Very interesting to see what the strategy is here. Let's see if we can get Mooks into the commentary box and see what happened there. If there was collision or what happened. We haven't typically been able to get a hold of Merrick, but we will see if we can get a hold of him here. A lot of times, a lot of drivers won't want to talk after an incident like that, but we can see what happened, who was at fault, who's going to pit. Walker leading the field away at the moment. Nobody into the pits yet. And Walker is going to pit. Cobalt in behind. Warriors as well. If I was Rivas here, I would stay out. Try to go on the alternate strategy. Go medium to soft. And Rivas does stay out. Rivas is staying out. Just what we want to see. Differing strategies. A lot of opportunity. A lot of still left in these medium tires. You still can go about 10 laps on these, especially with the number of safety cars. And those soft tires at the end, as we were saying, are 1.4 seconds a lap faster. Hayden has decided to stay out as well. With Brogan Morris and Prince pitting. Draco, Sohan Matthew pitting. Granny Boy decides to stay out as well. He's going to try to overtake a lot of the lead cars here.
AT, I hope you like roasted pigeon, because we got quite a bit of it.
You back in? You're back in the broadcast booth, though. Everything all fixed up. We're good to go.
Back in. I got a few flamethrowers and roasted them pigeons in front of my booth, so we're good to go.
All right. Well, here's a sight we have not seen this entire season, but we saw many a times last season. Revis Island first place, Vapor Hayden in second. This is exactly what we want to see. We want to see all the drivers that are racing up at the front. We don't want to see anybody DNFing. Unfortunate for Merrick, but it's good to see Revis Island and Hayden back up front. We have a sound glitch from Revis Island, so we're going to hop off of his car, as it doesn't sound like his engine is working properly. Hopefully it does not blow. But don't you think, Mooks, it's good to see Revis Island and Vapor Hayden up here in the points. Hopefully they don't collide and they can put together a solid performance here for Alfa Romeo and McLaren, both with 0 team points on the year.
Yeah, definitely good to see them. But behind, Walker on the soft tire. Meanwhile, Vapor Cobalt and Warriors onto the hard tire. I did say earlier that I thought the soft tire was going to be the race tire. But we'll have to see, because, I mean, with Warriors, we saw that it did work. He was able to stay with Vapor Cobalt and Walker, so
that's very interesting to see him on the soft. So he will have to pit again. So he gives up track position,
definitely.
but he does on the much faster tire now. He's going to be putting Hayden and Revis under a lot of pressure here. Revis going to be hoping Hayden holds him up just enough so he can get away and get out of DRS. But those soft tires are going to be massively quicker, especially compared to the mediums being 10 laps old here at the moment. Well, he will have to pit again, but he should be able to get ahead. It's just going to be, can they grow a gap to the hard runners? Granny Boy still on mediums, will have to pit again. Though I do not believe those mediums will last the distance.
Me either.
But he will be able to get onto a new pair of softs. Second safety car of the day. We don't have any track history here, but from our calculations, there's an 87% chance of one safety car, 62% chance of two safety cars, and a 41% chance of 3 safety cars here. Very tight circuit, very hard for the marshals to get out on the track and get the cars cleared.
We're 10 laps in and we got 2, so should be interesting, that's for sure.
Highly likely we see another here. Merrick has now left the session. Doesn't appear he wants to talk right now, so we will leave him be. Currently only 1 DNF though, least of the season so far. Very good racing, especially around a tight street circuit. Granny Boy saying this is one of his least favorite tracks in our post-race interview after Bahrain. So definitely showing here, but he's made a good battle from 20th all the way back up to 6th. Very good effort there from Granny Boy. But he is on a very odd strategy at the moment with the drivers ahead, some of them not needing to pit, and some being on better tires. So Granny Boy's going to have to fight here to get back on the podium. It'll be fun, very fun race to watch, as I believe we should be going green here. Oh, and there's a lot of backup down the straight. I believe Sohan Matthew backing up the field. Some braking there. I couldn't tell what happened, but it looked like the pack bunched up a bit. Doesn't appear any time penalties or collisions. Safety car is in this lap. Oh, okay. Cobalt is lagging out. I just saw him drive straight into a wall twice, but doesn't appear to have any damage, just a little bit of lag from our end. We have those things when you're from time to time when we're online. Revis Island has been known to hold the field up a little bit longer. Walker took off early here last time. Let's see how long Revis Island tries to hold him up. We can't watch him right now, though, because he does have an engine glitch. It's very distracting to listen to. Oh, and Revis does take off early. Oh, he gets a very good run on Hayden, it appears. Hayden almost caught napping, but he does respond well, getting through this couple of turns after that very well. Let's watch the field coming through here, see if anybody's hitting the outside wall. Appears most drivers getting through clear. Warrior ends getting a time penalty for corner cutting. 3-second penalty for Warrior ends. He is on the harder tire. We're going to see how much he holds up Granny Boy. Slight lockup as well. Oh my goodness, and look at Walker down the inside already on Hayden. What a move. He's going to go try to hang around. Will there be space? Hayden gives him the space. Very clean racing there from the both of them. As Warrior Walker already up into P2. Revis Island is probably just going to give him the position to try to keep him into his DRS, as we are experiencing massive amounts of lag here. Walker looked like he was about to crash out there, but he holds the position. He's going to go down the inside of Revis, as Revis is going to hold the position for the time being, but Walker's going to, on those new tires, going to have a much faster run. Is Hayden closing in very quickly as well. Hayden with an unbelievable run. He might try to go for a move on Revis here. Hey, Hayden down to the inside. Revis on the outside, and Revis is going to lose 2 spots to 1 as Hayden goes to the outside of Walker. Who's going to get it done? Is there going to be space?
Walker's
trying to go around the outside.
Tires.
Hayden trying to switch back, not able to get it done. And Hayden, he oversteers it a little bit too much power, and he's going to fall off of Walker. Walker up into P1. He's now going to try to run away on these tires as he will have another stop onto a new set of softs as well.
Just to interrupt you, but Warriors did let Granty Boy through.
Good racing there then.
Straight.
Good racing from the Red Bull team. Good clean racing. You want to have the faster tires up in front. You don't want to be affecting each other's strategy. As Warriors does not have to pit again, and Granny Boy will. Cobalt though looking very good so far on these medium tires, holding his position behind Rivas.
Oh yeah. But Walker running away.
Already
from Hayden.
Oh my goodness, already 2.3 ahead. That shows you the speed that we were talking about with these soft tires. As the mediums, 11 laps old on Hayden and Rivas Islands cars versus brand new softs on Walker's, only 2 laps on them so far. And all under the safety car other than the first lap. And Cobalt gets an amazing run. He's going to overtake Rivas down the first straightaway. No DRS yet, and he gets the move done clean well before the carousel turn. And now Granny Boy in the back of Rivas.
Meanwhile,
Rivas dropping like a stone. That staying on the medium tires may not have been the right call here. We'll have to see if they can get on those softs and catch back up.
He pulled the mooks.
Catfish gaining a position.
The
Granny
two
Boy
Vapors battling it.
On the back of Rivas. Cobalt though, trying to go down the inside on Hayden. And he gets the move done. And Rivas is able to also hold off Granny Boy at the same time. Prince coming down the backstretch, side by side with his teammate. And his teammate's going to give him the space. A good team racing there. Prince runs a little bit wide, but good racing there from the Renaults. Prince gets past Jay Kelly. Prince on the newer softs, trying to take advantage of everything he can. While they last, as we said, they don't last very long, but when they do, my, are they fast tires to be on.
Oh yeah.
Walker goes fastest lap of the race so far, 1:37.2, as we have a yellow flag in Sector 3. Don't see anybody spun out, so appears everything clean, probably just a little bit of contact.
Do believe it was either Chief Chris or Purple Catfish who did make contact there. No, it was Ix. Ix made contact with someone. Not sure
that
what
is
happened.
Unfortunate from Ix on his debut. He was doing well. He was up in 6th position earlier we were talking about. But kind of fell back there. We also, Ricky Star, still down in 18th. Unfortunate day for him. Very poor performance so far from the Mercedes driver after 2 top 6 finishes.
I mean, he didn't really have time to do much so far, considering he went onto the soft tire under the safety car.
And Granny Boys looks like he's going to get past Rivas very simply here. Hayden, though, opening the DRS, trying to get this move back on Cobalt on the hard tires. Hayden closing in. Is he going to try to go for a dive? He's not. He's going to hold station. Very clean, safe racing there. As Rivas Island now being split by Red Bulls. Prince, though, attacking Tiburon James. Is he going to get the room? He's going to try to go outside. He doesn't get the space. He's going to go down the inside. And what a move. Oh, Prince diving down the inside of Tiburon James. An unbelievable move from the Renault driver. He is just flying through the field. Back-to-back overtakes in that section on back-to-back laps. Very tight racing back here. A lot of these drivers all over each other's back. Brogan behind Kelly. Sohan behind Brogan. And RV Draco behind Sohan. Some very quick drivers back here that can definitely make some moves.
Just gonna say this. Vapor Hayden doesn't have a lot of ERS. If you look from Granty Boy's perspective, you can see that his red light is blinking, indicating that he doesn't have a lot of ERS. If you are below 10% on your ERS gauge, it will start blinking.
And Warriorin's actually closing up on the back of Rivas. Rivas definitely struggling a whole lot. Rivas and Hayden being overtaken back-to-back by Granny Boy, Cobalt, and potentially Warriorin's here. Will he go for the move down the inside? It looks like he might go for the dive. No, he's going to play it safe. Back out of it. Smart racing there.
Warriors does have a penalty, so he'll have to probably take it pretty safe.
Cobalt using overtake. Hayden with Granny Boy closing in behind. He sees the flashing light. Will he go for a move? He's a little bit too far back to go for one here, as Walker has currently grown his lead up to 9 seconds at the moment. 9 seconds ahead of Cobalt. Still not pit stop, but he is growing it more and more every lap. He could get to a pit stop gap here on Cobalt if he keeps pushing. Soft tires probably with 4 or 5 laps left of good life in them. Granny Boy following Hayden. The field's starting to space out a little bit, but definitely a train forming back there behind Sohan Matthew.
Just confirmation, Sohan Matthew and Brogan have been battling for quite a bit now, so they've been trading position. So it's pretty interesting back here, but
Brogan is on the softer tire. You would think he should be able to get an overtake done here, but not yet, it does not appear.
No, Sohan Matthew being very good for his teammate. Just kind of holding up the pack. Chief Chris very quick. When he's on. When Chief Chris is on, Chief Chris is on, that's for sure.
Oh, and Warren's almost hit the back of Hayden there. He got very close there and had to back out of it. He's going to have to try to go for a move down the long backstretch. But the thing is, Hayden's on Vapor Cobalt. They're basically stuck in a DRS turn right now. It's very hard to overtake unless you get a very good run and you use some of that ERS. Now, Granny Boy, with a lot more ERS to use here, it appears. He's using a lot of it. He wants to get past Hayden right now. You can see him closing in. He's got to be using ERS. DRS not even open yet. They both open their DRS. Granny Boy with the speed. He's going to try to go down the inside. He's going to just get in the slipstream, try to line up a move here, and he's going to try to outbrake Hayden down into the turn. Hayden locks up. They touch wings a little bit, but keep it clean overall as Granny Boy gets the move done. He's going to start running after Cobalt here now. He's got to close in on that, Cobalt. Cobalt is 11 seconds behind Walker now. It's almost 2 seconds a lap Walker is gaining here.
Yeah, just pretty insane racing there, that's for sure. Very clean, very good.
Hayden and Rivas on 14-lap-old mediums, Granny Boy on 13-lap-old mediums, so they will probably have to be pitting here within the next 3 or 4 laps, I'd say. Especially to get they want to use those softs as much as they can here. They are the tire definitely to be on. Currently our biggest mover though in the
Nightcast, the person.
Nightcast, those tires were
from the 10 laps.
They have 10 lap old softs
on the soft tire.
And he serves his penalty there. Gets on the medium tire to go to the end instead of the softs. That's an interesting call there. We'll have to see how it pays out. He may not have had a very good set of softs left.
Yeah, as I was saying, you can't I was looking at his times and they were falling off a little bit on his 10th lap comparatively. So I think maybe the 10th lap is where you start to really hit the wall. The wall implying like the amount of where your tire wear just starts to take over and you don't have much grip.
Granny Boy unable to get the move done there on Cobalt. RV Draco, though, trying to defend here from JC. JC pushing. RV Draco basically completely out of ERS. JC's going to try to go down the inside here. And he's going to get the move done very easily. He might get a move on Ricky Star. He's got so much speed here. He's got to be careful not to hit the back. JC with a move. Getting it down the inside of Draco. Up 7 positions after a very poor qualifying, not getting out of Q1. Sohan Matthew also up 9 positions, and Prince up 7, our biggest movers of the day. Vapor Hayden's tires are starting to probably go off here as Warrior is closing up closer and closer each lap here.
Yeah, 16 laps on those mediums. They're probably going to try and stretch them one more lap, I think, to go onto the soft tire.
I could see them pitting here.
I think that's the same as Walker.
I would have to bet on them pitting here. Mooks. You don't want to be out there on those. Those softs can definitely last 12 laps pretty easily. You will lose a bit of pace towards the end, but there's definitely, even old softs are quicker than these old mediums. I would hope to see Hayden and Rivas pitting here. They may try to hang it out for a safety car, but I don't think that would be in their best interest. I would have liked to see Rivas pit there and try to go for the undercut attempt on Hayden, as they are on the same strategy. It's going to be very hard for him to get ahead, being 3 seconds behind.
I must say, I think Warriors has, like, Granty Boy, I think Walker's going to win this race. But Warriors, I don't think going onto the hard tire out on that safety car was really the best choice. As well as for Vapor Cobalt, I think maybe, actually they may be going to the end.
Warriors, though, going for a move down the straightaway on the second part. He's going to try to go around the outside of Hayden, and he gets the move done. An unbelievable move from Warriors there. And not a usual overtaking spot. He's able to go around the outside of Hayden on his newer hard tires, and Hayden has to pit here. If he doesn't pit, Revis Island may be able to undercut him. And yes, Hayden diving into the pits. I would imagine we see Revis Island diving in here too as well. Same with Revis. Don't want to get speeding. Neither of them do. Now they're going to get to go on the softs, and they're going to have to make a very good run. Walker, though, not gaining as much time as he was. Only 13 seconds ahead at the moment. We'll have to see. Cobalt is on those hard tires. A pit stop here does lose you approximately 21 to 22 seconds without a wing change. So if he can build that gap to like 20, 22 seconds, I feel like he definitely has it in the bag. But he will have to make some overtakes no matter what, it seems like, because he is not gaining as much as he used to be. Everybody currently in the field, though, within over a second away from one another. Vapor Hayden getting out ahead of Chief Chris. A lot of people coming out of the pits.
Keeley, Revis Island behind Chief Chris, and Vapor Hayden kind of in the train now of a lot of cars, so that could be interesting. As well as Granty Boy behind both Knowing Light and Prince. So we'll have to see what he does there.
What a... Yeah,
Vapor
Granny
Hayden now making a move onto JST.
Granny Boy able to overtake Hayden Revis Island, though, with his strategy, so that's good from him. He had one lap newer mediums, and he was able to take advantage of them. But will he be able to catch back up to the front runners of Warriors, Cobalt, and Walker? Currently about 10 to 11 seconds behind Warriors on hard tires. I believe he should be able to catch him, but it'll be very interesting. Knowing Light into the pits. Granny Boy's just going to be doing some time trial laps here. And if there's one thing he's known for, he can definitely fly when he's in the open.
Oh, yeah. But can we just commend Granty Boy there for that? Probably forcing Prince to do one more lap there if you saw that. Good overtake on the outside around the pit. So, I don't know what happened there. If Prince had turned in to go to the pits, that could have been devastating. Very, very gutsy move there.
Revis Island all over the back of JST here. Coming into the DRS zone. He's not able to get a very good exit, but he's got the ERS wide open, and he's going to try to go past JST here on his older softs, and there's a virtual safety car. Ix has retired from the session. We did not see what happened there. We were unable to see what happened, but Revis Island was able to get ahead of JST just before the safety car came out. That's going to work wonders for him. Now 4 seconds to try to catch up to get back up to Hayden on the same strategy. We'll see who can finish higher out of the pair of them.
I'm going to make a prediction and say he crashed on the pit lane entry.
Actually, Walker may get a free pit stop here. And he doesn't pit. Walker doesn't pit. Oh no! Cobalt gets a drive-through penalty. He exceeded the delta on the safety car, and that's going to... Oh, no, Cobalt. Oh, that's going to... Oh, that's... Oh, my, that's so unfortunate. Cobalt throwing away the race with a speeding under virtual safety car. Walker not pitting under the virtual safety car on the new softs. Both these drivers, I believe, making massive mistakes there. He's going to have to pit at some point. You had to pit under virtual safety car there.
He's going to have to pit, but I don't think that was the right moment. I think that at the moment he's in clear air, and he's making like a gap. He's putting a bit of a gap in.
But he had the pit stop.
I don't see why he should.
He had a pit stop gap there to Granny Boy, and Granny Boy's going to be flying on these. After this lap, he may not have that gap anymore.
True. But under VSC, I don't think he would have gained anything. The drivers know when it's going to be ending, or approximately. So I think that he probably made just a gut call there and said it's not going to last long enough. So I don't know.
Yeah, that now if Walker pits, he's going to be behind Granny Boy. So that very interesting call there. If he pits now, he's going to be behind Granny Boy. Let's see what he does. He may try to maybe take these softs to the end, but I highly doubt they will make it.
Yeah.
And yep, he's into the pits this lap.
Yep, he's pitting.
Let's see where he's going to come out here. Granny Boy coming through the final sector right now. Coming through the penultimate corner, then the slight left down the front stretch.
Walker's definitely out in front.
It's going to be tight though. Granny Boy's going to have speed here. Walker on these cold tires may not be able to keep it. Granny Boy coming out of the pits, and he's going to be just behind Walker, but Walker on very cold tires. Granny Boy's going to have to try to make his move right here, right now. Walker on these brand new tires is going to pull away. He has the second gap. He's got to warm these tires up very quickly. Granny Boy closing in, almost out of ERS though. Walker with almost 50% ERS left. He should be able to pull a gap, even once he gets these tires warmed up, even if Granny Boy gets the DRS here. But you do have to remember, Warrior Ends, Granny Boy's teammate, is ahead of Walker. He may try to hold him up a bit and let Granny try to get an overtake done. We'll have to see what the team strategies are here. Knowing Light, though, coming in on the back of Chris here, down the long backstretch. We see a lot of overtakes here today. Oh, yeah, sorry, he was not on the long backstretch. Going into the carousel, they're side by side through the carousel, and Chris is able to hold the position on the inside, but Knowing Light's going to get a very good exit, almost pushing Chris out of the turn. He's going to have DRS. Chris is both of them basically out of DRS.
Chris and Knowing Light were both battling, and then Chris got some wing damage, so Knowing Light should, if he goes to the inside, be able to make an easy move here. He's on the fresher tires as well.
He's going in side by side, and Knowing Light runs really deep, and he runs Chris off the track. He doesn't leave him any space at all. Chris with that front right wing damage. He gets to the illegal overtake and has to hand the position back to Chris. This may cause him a position to Prince, though, as well, as Prince is going down the inside. And Knowing Light. Oh, that was very, very dirty. Moving under braking. He moved into the right as Prince went down the inside. Under braking, it looked like. We'll have to see if there's any sort of disputes there, but that looked like moving under braking from our perspective. Mooks.
Yeah, I would completely agree with you. I think Connor had space there. I don't think he
realized
space there.
Realizing he was going to lose the potential position to Prince as well. It looked like he turned in and tried a little bit too late there. We'll have to see if there's any sort of disputes. But Chris pits to try to fix the wing damage, as Granny Boy is currently in Walker's DRS, as he's trying to currently save up ERS now. If I was Walker here, I would almost let Granny Boy pass me and just save all my ERS for the last lap. It's very easy to overtake down this backstretch, and he will be on much fresher tires as well.
I don't know, because actually, yeah, probably I'd be putting it into just try to save some fuel. Yeah, I'd agree with you there. But
Ricky Star coming in here on Knowing Light. Into the carousel, he's not going to get the move done there, but he's going to have a lot of speed here coming around to the backstretch. Connor with almost no ERS and no DRS. Ricky Star's going to have both. He gets an amazing exit. He's going to pass him very early. Oh, there's a little bit of movement there. Let's see. They're side by side. It's very tight up through here. Ricky Star's going to get past. Who gets the DRS? It's Ricky Star. Overtake DRS. He gets past Connor easily. Prince holding station in 10th at the moment. I don't believe he has any wing damage. He looks pretty clear. Trying to see if Connor has any wing damage. He does not appear to have much either. Looks like everybody's pretty clear at the moment. We have some big spacing, but a very good battle here at the front. One of the better battles on the track, actually, at the moment. Granny Boy and Walker, neither with any penalties. Granny Boy's just hanging behind, saving up his ERS at the moment. Ooh, that could be a warning there on Granny Boy, actually. It looked like he cut that corner a little bit to the left, trying to do everything he can to hang on to Walker on his fresher tires. Currently, Walker on 1 lap old softs, Granny 5 lap old softs. So Granny Boy will be trying to finish this lap on 12 lap old softs. We said they can go 13, but that is pushing them to the limit. You will start to lose a little bit of performance once you hit about lap 9 or 10 on them. Knowing Light on the back of Ricky Star. He's going to get DRS here. Let's see if he tries to go for a move. He turns on the overtake, opens the DRS. It doesn't appear he's going to get the move done. He's almost out of ERS again. Ricky Star, though, will have to battle very hard down this backstretch to be able to get a move done. These appear to be the two main battles going on right now, Mooks, is Walker and Granny Boy and Knowing Light and Ricky Star.
Don't forget about Chief Chris and RV. That's a big one, too.
We'll have to see. We'll have to go check in on that here in a second. Knowing Light, though. Oh, we accidentally changed off there. We'll try to go back real quick before he tries to make a move. Closing on the back of Ricky Star. Down the back stretch. Is he going to have space? He's not. He's going to hold station. And we go back to Chief Chris. He's falling a little bit off of Draco here. I don't know if he got a poor exit there, it appears, maybe.
Yeah, Chief Chris tried to make a dive bomb work. It just didn't work.
Chief Chris on basically brand new softs. RB Draco's softs are 4 laps old. Currently, everybody out on the field on softs. Warrior Ins, though, and Cobalt are on the hards in 3rd and 4th. And Walker has left the session. Oh, my goodness, no. Oh, no, no. Oh, my goodness. That is extremely unfortunate for Walker. Yeah, I just did. Oh, and that is going to just hand Granny Boy the base victory. Walker may be able to come back, but I think he's going to be a little bit too far back.
Hopefully not. Love to see some racing up there.
Walker's AI is closing in, though. He does have DRS, but through the S section, he's going to lose a lot of ground here.
Oh, yeah. We'll see if he can get back within the next lap, because if not, I think this race is over. Yep, he is. He's back.
It'll take him a minute or two to load into the session, though, so should only be 1 lap here.
Yep.
Granny Boy could be... Oh, Granny Boy hit the wall on my screen, but I think it was just lag. Holy cow, we changed to him at the perfectly inopportune time, but he appears to be all clean. No wing damage. He's already opened up a 2-second gap on Walker. I think this might be over. Walker is on fresher tires, but that is a big gap to close in. No penalties, though, for anybody. Warriors with the only penalties on the grid at the moment. And it's very unfortunate.
Purple Catfish down in 16th.
Very unfortunate, though, for Cobalt, though. Getting that penalty basically threw away his opportunity. As Chief Chris makes a move on Draco down the back straightaway. This move's been working on for a while. Finally gets it done. Chief Chris up into 14th. Good move by the Ferrari. And Walker is back. As you can see, all the intervals have disappeared. So that means Walker is back. But, oh, goodness, Granny Boy's up like 4 seconds ahead. That is going to be a very hard gap to close, even with ERS and fresher tires. Granny Boy's tires may go off at the end, though. He was pushing pretty hard to keep up with Walker. It may be just enough, but he will have to beat him on track at the moment.
Point. Yeah, it's brutal. Heartbreaking.
Maybe Granny Boy will wait up for him and make it a good race. But I highly doubt it here.
I don't think so.
Message from the stewards for Granny Boy.
I don't see why he
Hold
would.
for Walker.
Yep, you know.
We'd all love to see it, folks, but...
Quick little...
Competitiveness is competitiveness. He wants the win. He's not going to give away a win, even if Walker did disconnect. It's unfortunate to see, but appears Granny Boy's going to walk away with an easy race victory through no fault of Walker's own. Yeah, Walker's going to have to try to gain over a second a lap here. It would be very impressive if he can do it. Hayden, though, closing in on Cobalt now on his new softs. Cobalt on the old hards. The strategy, though, for the Hayden and Revis Island combo is coming back, but Revis is like 7 seconds behind Hayden, so Hayden's making the strategy work. Revis definitely struggling, though. Maybe he has some damage. I don't know what's going on with him at the moment, though. He is definitely struggling right now. Hayden trying to close in here on Cobalt. Walker, though, yeah, he's gaining. He gained 0.6 through the first half of the lap. He's using a lot of his overtake, though, to try to close that gap. Hayden 3/10 behind Cobalt. The Vapor combo. Will he go for a move here? He opens the DRS. Is he going to have enough? He's at 0% ERS. Both of them no ERS. He's closing in. He's going to go down the inside. Will he get the move? Very tight, very clean. He gives him the space. And he's going to hold the position, Cobalt. Very good run to the outside, keeping the speed through the entire turn. As Purple Catfish is closing in on Chief Chris here as well. Is he going to try to outbreak him into the carousel? No, he's not. He's going to try to set it up down the long back straightaway. Knowing Light, trying to go around Ricky Star. He's unable to get the move done. Ricky Star beginning to struggle a little as Connor is now coming back at him. And Hayden still hanging behind Cobalt. Ooh, Walker may get some free DRS here from Tiburon James if he was close enough. I don't know if he was, but that would be very helpful for Walker. Let's see. And he was not. He was just out of the DRS range. Only 1.9 behind Granny Boy, though, at the moment. Granny Boy is going to be struggling on his tires. We could see him come back here. It is going to be so close. Knowing Light trying to close in on Ricky Star. And Hayden trying to catch up to Cobalt. Many battles, many people trying to close up. Walker closing the gap down to 1.5. He's getting closer every lap. Oh, that disconnection. Oh, my goodness. That would have been such a fun race. I think Walker's going to just be out of time. It's going to be very close. I think he might get DRS on the next lap, but I don't know if he's going to be close enough. He has almost no ERS trying to fight back. 1.4, though, behind Granny Boy. He's gaining time through every corner at the moment. Hayden closing in on Cobalt. Will he go for a move this time? He's going to go down the inside again. And yes, he's down the inside and he gets the move. Using a little bit aggressive, he pushes Cobalt a little bit wide, but he's able to get the move done. Hayden up into 4th. Walker, though, within 9/10 of a second from Granny Boy. 8/10 of a second. This is going to be a run to the line coming through here for the final lap of the Vietnam Grand Prix. We may just have a thriller on our hands here, Mooks.
Oh, yeah. I'm very excited to watch how this one plays out.
I don't think we'll be turning off this further until they cross the line for the finish. Walker 6/10 behind Granny Boy. This is an unbelievable comeback drive. He was 4 seconds behind after he disconnected, DC'd. Unfortunate issue with online racing, but he's doing the most to make up for it. He's got DRS. He's closing in. He's 6/10 behind Granny Boy. Granny Boy with almost no ERS. Neither of the driver with the ERS. 6/10 behind. 5/10 behind. He's doing everything right now. He's all over the back of Granny Boy. 3/10, 4/10 behind. Mooks, I think he might get this move done down this long back straightaway. He's all over the back of him. Is he going to close in? Using everything they have in their tank. This is the last overtaking opportunity on the circuit. Walker closing in. Hit DRS. Will he get close enough? He's going to go. And he's
got to try it. He's got to try it.
Down the inside.
He's got to try it.
He's going to get the move done! Walker on the final lap, and the final opportunity is able to overtake Granny Boy! Oh my goodness, the soft-to-soft strategy pays off dividends! Walker just has to nail this final sector. Already gained a second on Granny Boy. Oh my goodness, Walker in the Williams. He missed the first race. He got lagged out of Bahrain, but was able to hang on for P3. He lags out of this race, and it looks like he might be able to hang on for P1, knocking Granny Boy off the pedestal through the final turn, penultimate turn, around the final corner. Walker around, down the front straight, and it's a race victory, winning the Vietnam Grand Prix. Walker. Granny Boy, oh no, Walker got a penalty. Oh no, that's just because of the disconnect, I believe, folks. Walker wins the Vietnam Grand Prix. Granny Boy just behind him in P2. It's showing P1, but from the broadcast, we can clearly see Granny Boy was P2.
Oh, yeah.
An unbelievable final couple laps there from Walker, closing the gap and overtaking him down the final back straight. Warriors is able to hang on for P3. An amazing result for Red Bull. And then Cobalt P4. Hayden gets unable to get by, getting P5. Rivas Island getting some points for the first time this season in P6 as well. And the Mercedes again for the third straight race, finishing back-to-back, this time in 7th and 8th. Knowing Light gets 9th, and Sohan 10th place for Ferrari. Prince unable to close in on that gap and get past him, gets 11th, so close to the points, that's got to be heartbreaking for him. Brogan in 12th, finishes a race. JST crossing the line now in 13th position. Catfish 14th. Chief Chris, Jake Kelly, Draco, and Tiburon James waiting on them to finish. Tiburon James the lap down. Ix and Merrick, the only DNFs of the race. Very good race overall from everybody here.
I do remember Chief Chris saying that he wasn't worried about one member of the Haas team. But looks like he finished below at least one.
Yeah, very unfortunate. And it appears he is not meeting his expectations he set in qualifying. But
no.
Here we have the podium may be wrong on your screen, folks.
Just pretend it's Williams. Just pretend it's
Walker
Williams in P1.
Winning the Vietnam Grand Prix here at Hanoi. The first race at Hanoi with the Savior 6 Racing League. Walker P1, Granny Boy P2, and Warriorins in his debut as a reserve driver gets P3 for the Red Bull. Red Bull mounting up a massive lead in the constructors' standings. Granny Boy growing his lead in the driver's standings. An unbelievable race from everybody involved. Who was your surprise of the day, Mooks?
It's got to be Warriors. It's got to be Warriors. P3 reserve driver? I'm just shook. As well as the Mercs said they were going to do well. They proved me right. And Sohan Matthew, another strong, just scrapes by. So those are my top three of the race. I think I'm DCing.
Hello there. Goodbye, Mooks. Thank you for your commentary.
Yeah.
We'll try to get the drivers in here for post-race interviews if we can.
Yeah, for sure.
It appears Walker, though, expressing some disconcern at the moment in the paddock. So we'll have to see if we can get him in here and talk to him. All right, I'm going to invite people in if you want to. I'll start out, and then if you want to ask them a question after I ask my first. Let me get Walker in first. No, after he answers the first, then you can ask something. You can just build on what he asked. Hey, how you doing? Congratulations. Hey, well, it made for a very exciting race. You care if we interview you? All right, cool. Oh, 100%. You should watch the broadcast back. I was losing my voice. Oh yeah. All right. Let me start the interview here for the clip. All right, and now in the paddock here, P1 today after an amazing comeback drive, a little bit of DC. We have that sometimes here in esports, but an amazing drive, an absolutely dominating performance overall. He was going to run away with the race on the newer softs, DC'd, but was able to somehow come back, make a final lap pass, and probably the final opportunity to overtake on this circuit. Warriorins, how was your day? How do you feel? Oh my God! All right, can I restart that then? Jesus, I just looked at the wrong. I just looked up and I'm so sorry. No, I got it. And now into the paddock. Walker has. There we go. All right, I got it now. I just had to say it a couple times. Walker. All right, now into the paddock. P1 today. Walker has now come in. We're going to give a short interview here with him, but he had an amazing performance today. If anybody saw it, you can watch it back if you missed it. Amazing dominating performance. Went with an alternating strategy. A couple people pit onto the hards on the safety car. He pit onto the softs. Was able to get out a massive lead, get a pit stop gap, pit onto softs again, and get out ahead in the lead. Was about to run away with the race before he DC'd, which happens sometimes here in the online racing. But was able to come back, an absolutely dominating performance, coming back and passing in the final opportunity to overtake at the Hanoi circuit at the long of the back straightaway right before Sector 3. Got the move done and got the first win of the year, knocking Granny Boy off his podium. Walker, how's it feel today?
But he didn't have to. I just want to say a massive thank you to Granny.
Yeah, very good sportsmanship there. We were kind of hoping the paddock up a little bit and wait for you to catch back up after the DC because you two were just so far ahead of everybody else at the moment. But hey, you caught him in the end. It was very exciting to see. Mook, you have anything to ask?
Not really. Just congrats. Very good race.
Cheers, brother.
So, was your plan when you pit there to go softs? We were thinking you might pit under a lap earlier under that VSC, but it seemed to time out just terribly for you. It seemed to time out right there at the end.
I was going to box when the VSC came out, and I was shouting and roaring, thinking, oh, I've got this in the bag now. And then the VSC ended as I was one corner from the pit lane, and I was like, no!
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we were wondering if it literally ended up ending right there, so... Hey, you made the most of it. It seemed like you had the perfect strategy. You timed it perfect. You came out 1 second ahead of Granny Boy. You had that perfect connection, and... just an unbelievable race performance from you. Very dominating. Good to see somebody else other than Granny Boy up top. But unbelievable racing between the both of you.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. Love racing him.
Oh, yeah. Very good. Hopefully we can get the server issues fixed or something. Figure out something to keep you in the lobby the whole time.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll do a test event or something. Or try to have somebody else host. Maybe that'll work. So
maybe, yeah. I'm sure we can figure it out.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for talking to me, and congrats again today.
Cheers, man, GG. I'll speak to you later.
All right, take it easy, man. See ya. Oh. Yeah, but I was losing my voice trying to talk there. Oh. Now into the paddock. An unbelievable comeback drive from P20 after the start of the race, all the way back up to the lead. His top tires were just not able to last, it seemed, there at the end. Granny Boy's here. Granny Boy, what happened there on lap 1, if we can ask?
Yeah, I just looked back to the little highlights, mate. I was not even on track to let the Renault through. My team was out on the left-hand side as well. He said he didn't have room. He got pushed in as well, and that's what made me push into the wall. So, I mean, I'll take it as it is. It was a good race overall. Bit of a struggle. And then, yeah, obviously with the Walkers leaving and stuff like that, yeah, I just felt like it was a bit harsh to... go ahead with it and win it. It's not a way to win.
Yeah, no, it was very good sportsmanship there. Very good racing between the two of you guys. We were watching. We were counting in the broadcast booth, hoping Walker would have a chance to come back there. Whether you let him through or not, I don't think either way it matters. It was an amazing performance by the both of you. Very good racing, just all around.
Yeah, no, definitely. As I said, it was a really good race. Obviously, I'm hoping that me and Walker can have some better battles throughout the season, as I do feel like he's going to be the guy I'm going to be gunning for. You know. So let's hope China brings more to it.
Yeah, you did say this was one of your least favorite circuits. Qualifying 5th, dropping all the way back to P20, coming back for a 2nd place. I'd imagine you're pretty happy with that. Congrats on the result today. I want to be able to get the victory, but still solid points for you and Red Bull.
Yeah, solid points. I mean, I'm third place to my teammate. You know, 3rd place. I was not expecting that at all. And then obviously, Yeah, he had a bit of internet issues. I ghosted through him as I was chasing after Walker. I was trying to keep the tyres and the ERs, and then obviously when he left, I just, yeah. I don't know what to do.
A little unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely. So, no, it was a good race overall. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, congrats again, and we'll look forward to seeing you in China.
Yeah, thank you very much. I will see you there.
All right, take it easy.
Cheers, bye.
All right, peace. How do you spell warrior ends? Is it just spelled normally? Nobody's put that name. Is there no I? Warrians? Is it Warrians? Oh, 5 mutual friends. That's got to be him. Warrians. Let's see if he wants to talk.
So you got Grant?
Yep, he's done. Waiting on Warriors.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if like my question was asked or not, because I just kind of DC'd halfway through asking it, I think. So that was interesting.
I think you asked it.
I think I asked it, because then I just heard you go silent, and I'm like, oh... Because that happens every single time I've DC'd. Mm-hmm. I just hear you go silent, and then it's like, damn, pigeons.
We'll see if Warriors wants to talk.
It on pigeons.
If not, we'll see if we can find somebody else wants to talk today. Maybe talk to Hayden, getting his first points of the season. See how he thought.
or Revis.
Yeah, we've interviewed Revis.
Oh, we have?
I did a preseason interview with him in Bahrain. Our pre-race interview with Bahrain.
Right.
All right, let me see if I can get... Hey, Ricky Star got 8th, I guess, in the end. That was a really good draft from him. Let's see if we can get Hayden here. It doesn't seem like Warriors joining. All right, let me get Hayden here. And then we'll invite the Mercs. They didn't talk last time. I invited them, so. I invited them after Bahrain. Don't invite them yet. Just wait.
Oh, no.
Hayden, welcome in today. Good performance overall from you, getting back up into the points here. P5 performance, probably not what you were hoping for, but it gets you points on the board. Solid overall performance. You and Rebus on the same strategy. You were able to outrace him this race. How do you feel you did today?
I feel like I did good, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like my pace was there. But I had a good little battle with Cobalt on the last 2 laps.
Yeah, we were watching it. We saw you going down the inside a couple times. Cobalt held it the one time, and then it looks like you got down the inside the other time. We didn't see how he got back in front of you, though.
Yes, we did, actually.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he waited the last lap. I should have waited till the last lap.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, there was
he got the straight line and the DRS. So, yeah. Kind of messed up. I could have got P4.
Oh, unfortunate. Yeah, we were watching the battle between Granny Boy and Walker there at the end, so we didn't really see much else going on in the field. But hey, solid points for you. Mooks, you want to ask anything?
Once again, not really. You covered it all, ATU. Absolute legend. But Vapor Hayden, good racing. Just looked very clean. Yeah, but what was going through your mind though as you raced? Your counterpart in Vapor.
We was in a party together, you know. We were just chatting and we were just saying that we're gonna battle each other, make some good moves to each other, and we did. So,
would you say the safety cars played into your hands or kind of hurt you overall, or negligible?
I mean, the first safety car maybe kind of hurt me.
Yeah.
But then the second one, I feel like that played right into my hands, like staying out on those mediums.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, it seemed to definitely, if we didn't have that first safety car, I don't think Granny Boy would have been where he was. So having to pit for wing change, so definitely saved his race.
Yeah, that did save his race, like. But I mean, you couldn't do what you do.
Yeah, exactly. You got to play the cards as they give them to you.
Exactly.
Well, thanks for talking to us, Hayden. Good job getting some points. Hopefully, we can see you in China doing even better, beating out Cobalt.
Well, Cobalt's really good at China, so that's not going to happen.
You can take him out. I won't say anything. Turn off the camera.
I will.
Just give me a little wiggle so I know.
What, weave on stream?
Yeah. Then I'll change. I won't watch you for the next 2 laps.
I bet.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for talking, Hayden.
No worries, bro.
Take it easy. See it. Bye. All right. If you want to try to invite Knight and Ricky in, you can. I'll send them an invite. Knight and Ricky. I invited both of them, so we'll see if they join.
Yeah, we'll see. Who else? Who else would be a good one?
That's it. That's just too many. Otherwise, the broadcast is too long.
Yeah, I guess. True.
This is already more than I normally do. I just do the top 3 and extra. But we didn't have.
Are you broadcasting right now or not?
Yeah.
I don't think it's needed, but okay.
Well, I pull these from the broadcast. Like, I don't stop it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we could record them. Okay, yeah, fair.
I just do it all. I just pull it off from the same video then. Nobody watches to this point anyway. They turn it off after the race is over. We'll see if any of them join. If they don't join in 2 minutes, I'm just going to hop off.
Okay, yeah, fair. Bad. I think I messed up a few times just speaking over you, but pretty good otherwise, I think. Thoughts?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I got a few battles that you didn't, so yeah.
Yeah, if you clip the battles, and if you clip like the overtakes and want to send them to me, feel free.
Yeah, I will. Like
Hayden and Vapor.
Hayden
I don't know how you want
to.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know how you want to clip them. If you want to share them on Google Drive or however you share them, doesn't matter to me. You can put them all together in Share Factory or whatever. Clip them out in there and then just share it with me there. So. We didn't invite you in for an interview.
You silly man.
I saw an invite 2 minutes ago. That's what I thought.
Felicidades to dos.
What?
Congratulations, you two. We were trying to interview the Mercedes, so I had a Spanish line lined up.
Gotcha.
Well, hey, we can interview you, but I already have a bunch of interviews, but we can just talk. How do you think the race went?
It was crap.
Yeah, we couldn't tell what happened at the beginning. We saw like you and Granny Boy at the back, but we didn't really catch what happened.
Yeah, so formation lap, for some reason, I had no control of the car. And so I exited, came back in just in time for race start, but then as I'm sitting in the car, I didn't have any lights, so I didn't know when it went green. And yeah, and that's kind of why I sat there. And then from that point on, it was just rough. I think I had some lag issues too.
Gotcha. Yeah, we may have somebody else try to maybe host. I was lagging the entire time during the broadcast. There was multiple times where I said, "Oh, and Cobalt drives into the wall." Oh no, wait, he's fine. Because like it just showed him turning and just driving into a wall.
I was laughing so hard so many times. It was like, oh god, no, that is not happening at the moment.
Let me stop the broadcast real quick because I want to ask you something.